Hello everybody, it is me, the Dragoon Knight, and it's been a while since I last uploaded, hasn't it? About 2 months now? And I figured, I have the motivation, why not make another video? I figured it could be fun. Well, you see, I had planned to upload a Shadow Generations video in January, but do you know what happened in January? You see, if you live in the United States, you might have already known, but you see, CapCut is my main development tool to make these videos and edit and whatnot, and the US had banned CapCut for a while, and during that ban, I, for some reason, lost my footage for the video I was working on for Shadow Generation, and now it's gone. Now, do I plan to remake it? Probably, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I want to take a trip down memory lane to the 7th generation of consoles, that being the Wii U, PS3, and Xbox 360, because those were a memorable time, and I feel as a golden age for consoles and these companies. So why don't we go ahead and step right into it. Now, my main focus will be the PS3. I will still talk about the Xbox 360 and Wii, but I also, played the PS3. I own one, but I never really owned a 360 nor a Wii, so my, standing with their history is a little bit wonky compared to what I know with the PS3, as that was my primary console.
Conditions in anticipation of tomorrow's PlayStation 3 launch. It marks a new era in gaming with lifelike graphics and motion sensing controls.
The year is 2005, and E3 just had their E3, and PlayStation had a very important thing to show off. The PlayStation 3. Supposedly supposed to be the next high-tech console that can basically almost do anything, having PS1 backwards compatibility, and some consoles of the PS3 having PS2 backwards compatibility, with a whole new digital library coming within the coming years for the PS3. You see, this was truly the beginning of the 7th generation, with Sony coming out with the brand new PS3. But here's the thing, they were not by themselves in this little 7th generation coming out thing. Nintendo had just announced the Wii, which was supposed to be this brand new console that was really well praised, even to the end of its life cycle, and is still considered one of Nintendo's best consoles ever made, to some people. Then after Nintendo had announced their Wii, then Microsoft came out announcing the Xbox 360, which was supposed to rival the PlayStation 3. And you see, during this era of the 7th generation, console wars were a big thing. You see, Xbox were against PlayStation and PlayStation were against Xbox. Wii wasn't really considered a console of some sorts. I mean, it still was, but it wasn't considered on the scale that the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 were in. But you see, Sony fans, Microsoft fans, and Nintendo fans will still praise this era as the golden age, and frankly, I don't blame them. You see, each console had something unique with them. You see, the PlayStation 3 had network compatibility, but unlike Microsoft's Xbox 360, you did not have to pay money for live service. Microsoft, on the other hand, you had to pay for Xbox Live to even play online games such as, Modern Warfare 2, anything like that. Well, Nintendo had the motion controls and whatnot, which made the Wii special. Now, that's not to say the Xbox didn't have any good moments. It obviously did during some of the sales that, PlayStation had lost during a few incidents, 2011. But a question of mine that lingers on my mind is, what made these consoles so memorable and so likable? Well, let's step foot into that topic and find out. Now, when I look back at what makes these consoles so memorable, a few things do come to my mind. Number one being the games that these consoles had. Number two being the online features. You see, unlike the PS2 the original Xbox and the GameCube. Granted, I'm pretty sure all of those had internet, but it was really rare, and you had to buy an additional add-on for the PS2, Xbox, and the GameCube, which nobody really wanted to do. But you see, these 7th generation consoles had it built into them, so no additional accessories were needed. And for me, at least, having a free network that I didn't have to pay a subscription service for, like Xbox, it opened a whole new door for me, and I'm sure many others, being able to just go online, meet new people and whatnot. That's how I met so many people, like through Little Big Planet, was because I used the online feature a lot. I met people. Hell, some of the people I met, I still talk to this day. Now, I will admit, Xbox had outbeaten PlayStation on their, network capacity, basically. The way I feel it is, Xbox had a much better social system into the console than what PlayStation had. Granted, you could still message people, add friends, but it was more simple to add chats and whatnot, and just do a whole bunch of other online things that PlayStation had, but it was felt like a lot more complicated compared to how Xbox had. And I don't know, Xbox for me just had a more unique online system than what PlayStation had. Hell, I could go on for hours and make this video long as hell about some of these topics, but I think I have gone on long enough, and I think it's time we wrap this video up. Whether you're a Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo fan, this generation is normally considered the greatest and memorable by most players, and it certainly has left a mark on the people that grew up with the PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii. And it was a time before microtransactions had become a main thing. There were just copy and paste games. Every game was decently good almost. And just the memories, the online services, the voice chats and whatnot, those were all memorable. And it's just something that no matter what we do, we cannot go back to that. When the 7th generation consoles had released, the internet still was a decently new thing. It was still primitive. It wasn't what we have now. And I think that also played a huge part in what these consoles are most memorable for, what they became of. And I like to think back on those memories, and sometimes I wish things were still the way they were, but as we know, everything advances. Technology grows better, people change, it's just how the world works. And as the years come and go, the chances of PlayStation shutting down their stores following after the 360 and the Wii's stores being shut down is soon to come. Basically, soon these consoles will be shut offline forever. When we don't know. But, seeming as the Wii and the Xbox 360 have already closed their stores down, it's possible that PlayStation will be doing the same. A few years back, they tried to do that exactly, and players had backlash so badly that they took back their statement. If I have one word of advice though, if you're still playing these older consoles, cherish them. These consoles still have many amazing things that, hell, some of the PS4 and PS5 don't have. And just these memories that we have made playing the 7th generation and so on, or even probably before that, cherish them. They are a one-in-a-lifetime thing. Well, I was your host, the Dragoon Knight, and I will catch you on the flip side.
Ooh, you are so fucking big. Let's stick a fucking horseshoe up that ass, baby. Come over here. Ooh, la la. Come to me, spanky, spanky.